Good morning, everyone. It's so nice to chat with you again. So, this morning I want to speak about the presence of God and hearing His voice and the will for your life. I know it seems complicated, but let's, just simplify it. Um, you know what? I'm sure that you that are watching have that desire in your heart that you want to do the will of God for your life. Like you want to hear Him and, only do what He says, only go where He goes. And, you want to make the right decisions, the right choices. And for me, oftentimes, something that I fear is that I'm not going to hear the voice of God. Or maybe that I think I hear the voice of God and I go in a certain direction, and then it wasn't God speaking. And I realized that to operate in faith, to operate in fear, is obviously not the way to go. And for me personally, inaction is not my problem. Like it's not like I wait for God's voice and now therefore I never act. For me, it is rather that I act too quickly, and should have waited longer to hear the direction God is giving us. And I don't know where you are at with this, but I just know, that if you have a hunger and a desire for God, that somewhere this comes up. You want to do what God says. You don't just want to do your own thing. Now, I realize that, and I mean, this is something that we have to realize every day, that His grace is so amazing that, first of all, He will speak again. The word says it, He will speak again if you do not hear Him. So you do not have to fear that you will not hear the voice of God. But also then, if we miss it, the grace is so amazing that God pulls us in again. He's not like this strict God where you walk on this high, tight rope, and when you miss it once, then boom, it's gone, and there's no more options for you. But in all of this, hearing the voice of God and also learning to hear the voice of God, and then also learning to trust His voice. And then something that's new and fresh in my life is that God starts speaking to me in different ways now. There's certain things that I'm quite comfortable hearing His voice. I know it's Him. And then other times, or more recently, He's starting to teach me new ways in which He speaks. And I need now to learn to trust Him in those things. But through all of this, in hearing His voice and wanting to do His will, there's one thing that for me is a constant. And that is that I want the presence of God. Now, obviously, you can even reason that where the presence is, the voice of God is. Okay, so that's one way also to look at it. But obviously, the presence can look in different ways. If you think of Psalm 23, even though I go through the valley of the shadow of death, it was not necessarily the voice of God leading you there. You took your own way. That's one way of looking at it, that you took your own way, landed up there, but still He says, I am with you. So you understand the presence of God is not always that it means that we were disobedient or didn't hear Him or something, that He is still with us. For me, it's God being with me in every day, feeling the peace, feeling the joy, and having Him with me throughout everything that I go through, whether He led me through it or not, whether it was my own mistake or disobedience or something. But I just basically want to end off with this today and read to you Exodus 33, verse 15 and 16, 14 and 15. And the Lord said, my presence shall go with you, and I will give you rest. He was speaking to Moses. And Moses said to the Lord, if your presence does not go with me, do not carry us up from here. And for me, that is the most precious thing, is that presence of Jesus. Nothing, Lord. Like even if we, go in the wrong direction, please do not take us anywhere in direction. Obviously, that will not be God wanting to do that. But Lord, let your presence go with us. And let your presence, treasure the presence of Jesus. Let your presence be with us in everything that we do. And may you experience that today, where you have a new hunger and a new awe and a new honor for the presence of Jesus. And may that be the something or the someone that's always with you. Bless you.